G'day and welcome back to Human Ransource Machine. Let's get programming. 20 years in. Wonder how many years this game is. I'm guessing about 40, maybe more, but we've done multiplication workshop, so zero terminated sum. So basically I'm gonna guess you keep adding until you reach zero. You get a zero. Do you know what a zero terminated string is? Yes, it's a very old technique and we don't expect you to know. So you may ask me about it if you like. Or you may ask an external source, like Google. Whatever helps you get the job done. Inbox is filled with zero terminated strings. What does that mean? Ask me, your boss. Add all the numbers together in each string. When you reach the end of the string marked by a zero, put the sum in the outbox. Reset and repeat for each string. Okay, so we want to start with getting inbox, outbox, and loop. So we want to take the contents of the inbox. We want to copy it. Well, in fact, before we start anything, the very beginning step, put it in 1, which will be, so in 0, which will be store. There. Okay. So we get an item from the inbox, we store it. Unless we get an item from the inbox, we add from store, we put it in store, and what we do here is we check if that item from the inbox is 0. If it is, we copy from store and outbox. And once we've done that, we go back to the start. Otherwise, we go to the we go back and get the next item from the inbox. This is all reliant on it being possible to grab something from to add from store if nothing is initialized. Otherwise, we have to initialize store, which we can totally do by copy from there and copy to store. And in fact, we would need to do that at the start, just in case we start with a 0. So, let's do this. So we put 0 in store. Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Stop that. Yeah. There we go. So we 0 store. And then we grab 2. Save it. Grab 7, 9, save it. Get 9, put it out. Let's go back to the start. Yes, we 0 our store. You have to 0 memory. Let's see if it breaks, and if it breaks we go back and we check. But I'm pretty happy with that. Oh wow, I even got the size challenge right. Didn't get the speed challenge. I wonder what the speed optimization would be. But that's for my own time. Question is, do I go into the Fibonacci visitor? Or do I push back to my own stuff? So let's go on to the Fibonacci visitor, see what that's got for us on the optional levels. This back hallway is for advanced employees only. Are you sure you want to be here? These night shift assignments are optional, you know, and they are difficult. If you need to ask for help, I'll be here looking through these catalogs for a golden spiral. Appropriate. For each thing in the inbox, send the outbox to the full Fibonacci sequence up to, but not exceeding that value. For example, if the inbox is 10, the outbox should be 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So what we want to do is we want to start off with a 1. Well, in fact, what we want to do is we want to start off and we want to have our counter. So this location will be the counter. Right, so we inbox, copy to there. We set our counter. Then we need to start our Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence will start with copy from 0 and bump. Whoops, no, we don't. Oh wait, no, not bump. Copy to 0, bump. That gets us our first 1. And I can then copy that also to here. So this gives us our very first item. Wait, no, I've got this wrong. This isn't count, this is our cap. Which we'll call cap then. There. Whatever, that's close enough. It's not exactly beautiful handwriting. So what you do now is, so we get our cap, we initialize our Fibonacci sequence, and then what we need to do is we need to outbox twice, because we should have 1, 1, and then it is, how do I do this? It would be so easy if I just could have variables, but I don't. So like right now, this will go through and put that there. We get our 0. Put that there. We get 1. We got 1, 1. We outbox 1. Oh, obviously. Copy from there. Okay, so then we need to go through and we need to generate the next number. Right, and that is a matter of copy from there, add that one, so you add the two together. You then need to copy to there. Okay. So that gives us our 1, 2. But I need to go back and I need to, I need this to be repeatable. So I need to go 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, etc. Or I need to have it be able to reverse this. So, we've got our 2 bits, and we want to outbox this value. We then want to copy from one, 1, add them together, store the 2. We copy the 2, add the 0. Not that this is actually that material. We want to then store that here. An outbox, but I haven't added any checks. This is so much easier when you don't have to manage what you've got currently. So that's our initialization. There's that 1, 2. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I am really puzzled as to how I want to do this. Okay, let's go back here. This is init. Here we initialize it. So we get our inbox, we got our cap, and we initialize the first 2 digits of the Fibonacci sequence. Then what we want to do, I think the simplest way from trying to work out what I'm trying to do in my head is this will be A, this will be B, and this will be scratch. Okay, so what we do is once we've got A and B, we get A, we add B, we put that in scratch. Alright, we then overwrite, we then grab B, put it in A, grab scratch, put it in B, and outbox. And this is... No, we don't actually outbox that straight away. But this bit here is our calc bit. And this is terrible attempts at creating functions even though I don't really have proper functions. Right, so we've got that. Now what we need to do is we need to check if it is above cap. Right, and so the way we do that is we subtract cap. And if it is negative, we go all the way back to our initialization. But if it isn't, up to but not exceeding. Alright, we grab cap. We actually then... You know what we'll do? When we copy to cap, we'll bump cap. There we go. Up to but not exceeding. So that will make it negative. And then if it isn't negative, we want to copy from B. I'll copy from scratch. In fact, let's copy from scratch. Outbox, and go back to calc. Yeah, okay, let's try this. Okay, we're in calc now. We got our 2. Yeah. Oh crap. No. If it's negative, we do this. If it's positive, we need to go back to the start. Yeah. Otherwise, we do this and then go back to calc. I'm really glad there are labels. I'm also glad that this is only 8. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. And I just wonder how many programs I've made that really are kind of doing things like this that feel a little not correct. And now we've got our 8 figure. Wrong. I didn't think this through. I don't want to bump it up, I want to bump it down. Ah, wrong. Bump down cap. What? Oh. Okay. No, I am meant to include the 8. In which case, do I need to bump it all? Yes, I had it right the very first time. I need to bump cap up 1. Ah. I'm glad that it actually checks during it, just because of this visual look. There we go. There we go. 23 commands. Oh, but fast. I actually did get it faster. Nice. Okay. Moving on to the littlest number, which I guess is a comparator. To reduce our carbon footprint, management is requesting smaller numbers. This is a public relations exercise. The results are going straight to the landfill. For each zero-terminated string in the outbox, send only the smallest number you have seen in the string. Reset and repeat. Okay. So, firstly, I guess this is a hint to go back to zero-terminated sum and copy. Because code reuse is good. Yeah, we had this the first time. Now, paste. Alright, so this just adds things together. We don't actually want to add things together, but we do want to grab things and store it. But what we want to do is we want to have a comparison. So this right now is the adding. We don't actually want the add. What we want is we want to have 2 things stored because we need to get at both of them. So this becomes, well, num is redundant. So A, and this is B. Okay. So what we want to do is we also don't have a 0. Why did we need a 0 before? I don't even remember. Just do with how we're initializing things. Alright, fine, maybe my idea of grabbing things before is wrong. Let's go with a clean start. Yes. Because we've still got it in the clipboard anyway. So what we want to do is we want to grab our number from the inbox, our first number. Our first number thus far, we want to check if it's 0. If it's 0, we want to outbox. If it's not 0, we want to store it in Scratch. Yes, that makes sense. Min. Okay. So we want to then store it in... Oh, how do I do this then? Because I've got to initialize it first. So the very initial one is we check if it's 0. If it isn't 0, we copy it to min. Okay, so this is init. Okay, copy it to min. Right, and now we go with the actual start. Okay, and this is always going to need us to go back to the start after we outbox. So what we're doing now is we get something from the inbox, we copy it to scratch, we then subtract, well, we get something from the inbox, we actually check if it's 0, because if it's 0 we need to do something different, which will be copy from min and then outbox min. Otherwise, what we're doing is we get the thing from the inbox, we put it in scratch, we then subtract min and we check if it is negative, because if it's negative we've subtracted a bigger number, and if it's so then we can go back to the inbox. But if it's positive, we want to copy to min, and then we want to go back to the inbox. I think that should be it. So we've got 3. We're initializing right now. 13. 13 is bigger than 3. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, if it's negative, we're holding a smaller number. So if it's negative, what we want to do is we want to copy from scratch and copy to min. And if it's not negative, so if it's negative, we want to do that. And if it's not negative, we want to go back to the inbox. And that jump takes us back to the inbox. Good. Hey. I make some very basic logic errors all the time. Ah! Wait. Why did you do that? Oh, I need to step back and do this. Okay. 11. 11 minus 5 is not negative. Wait, 11 minus 5 is not negative. So we copy from if it's negative we do that, otherwise we jump. Right. So I've got to add another jump. There we go. We get a 0 and we go, okay, there we go. Check it out. Go back to our initialization. Yep, there we go. There we go. I'm pretty confident that we haven't done anything dumb now. Yes. Yes. Littlest number. Not quite. And also not quite. I'm reasonably close. Alright, mod module would be modulo. Yeah. How many hours of work can you fit in one day? Not enough. There's always a sad remainder of unworked hours. Good thing we have these optional light shifts to cram in more. So, the remainder if you divided the first by the second. Don't worry about negative numbers for now. Okay, so what we have is we have the first and the second. Okay, so we get the first, and that is here, which is it's x from x on y, something denominator divisor, whatever. So divide the first by the second. So what I'm actually going to just do here is first second. There we go, first and second. So, firstly, we get the inbox. We copy it to first. We get the other one. We copy it to second. What we now do is this is how we do it. We then subtract second. We're holding second. So in fact we want to copy from first and subtract second. Now divided the first by the second. Yes. We check if it is negative. We store that result. We store that result here. We check if it is negative. We actually want to do it again and check if it is negative. So what I actually want to do here is we want to copy to this, subtract second, check if it is negative. If it is negative, we go back to, we finish. But if it is not negative, that's the problem, is I keep having if it's not negative, go back here. Copy to 2, sub, yeah. But if it is negative, we want to copy from second, which is our scratch, which I haven't labeled. And then we want to outbox it. And then we want to go right back to the start. Let's see how this goes. We got 7, and we got 3. We want to divide 7 by 3. We want to have the remainder when you divide 7 by 3. That's 4. That's bigger than 0. It's 1. It's bigger than 0. Negative 2 is not bigger than 0, so copy 1, take it out. There we go. Mod. Sorted. 12 commands. Not the fastest. Wonder how to optimize it. And with all of these, it's like, I wonder how to do this, but not enough to go back and do it while I'm also trying to record an episode, I guess. Let's do the cumulative countdown and then knock off for the day. Cumulative countdown, year 25. What is the purpose of this assignment? I think it's something about calculating the volume beneath stairs. I have to put the interns somewhere. Okay. For each thing in the outbox, the sum of itself plus all of the numbers down to 0. So if the inbox is 3, the outbox is 6. Okay. So, what we want then is we want to inbox, obviously. We want to copy that to there. And we want to copy it to there. We want to bump. We want to check if we have a 0. So if we have a 0, we outbox. We copy from 1 and outbox. Okay, then we want to do, what we want to do is we want to bump if we're not holding a 0. Yes, okay, because this is actually kind of checking a special case, which is you hand me a 0 to begin with, which I feel is rude, but whatever. And I think the reason for this is you can be slightly more efficient if you want to do something which involves a read from, if you are grabbing from something that's already on the floor, because the memory is partially initialized. Okay, so we've got our 0, we've got our 1 sorted. And there's a reason for using the 0 and the 1, which is we now want to bump. If it's not 0, we're bumping 0. We're adding this, and we're copying to it. So we're storing it. And then we go back to this. And then, in fact, what we want to do is bump that one again. Bump this one again and check for 0. And if it's 0, go to the outbox. If it's not 0, jump back to this. This seems really cumbersome. And let's go back to the start. Let's see how we do. I'm not entirely sure that I followed my own reasoning. If it's 0, copy from 1, then do that. Okay, it hasn't chucked a wobbler. It works with these specific inputs, but it fails with other possible inputs. I'll give you some inputs that cause it to fail. That is actually worth an achievement as well, which is glorious failure, solution not robust. Awesome. What have I broken? So what if I get a 1? How does it break? Oh, because I'm not checking for the 1 breaks it. So what if instead of bump -0, we actually don't copy to 1 until here? No. No, I'm missing something. But what? I can't have the bump thing unless I literally do something like check if it's 0. If so, like check if it's 0 there as well. And this is to check for... Is it as simple as doing this? If it's negative, copy from 1. Oh wait, I need to add that negative, that first bump. Ow! What did I do? What did I do wrong? Oh, that's right. Is the solution not robust? Nope, it is robust because I added that extra check. But yeah, it's got more commands than it needs. Okay. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the human Ransource machine. Join me next time where we will continue working our way through. I think there's at least another couple of episodes left. I'm really enjoying it. In fact, it is far too late for me to be working on programming puzzles, but I'm still playing because I'm a sucker. Have a great day. Bye.